viewers, welcome back to me viewer. And I'm back on my tab. Today we're playing. Let me see. I don't know what to play today, so I'm gonna watch YouTube. Let's watch start to end.
And
This I think.
here we go again. It's Emma! It wasn't me! Lamont explained. The imposter killed him while he was doing asteroids and vented. You ran away from the body. Yeah, I was already past him when the imposter popped out of a vent. The imposter came out of a vent above asteroids. I would have if I did. And created the Gravity Falls Valley. The spaceship sank into the ground, and people left the Gravity Falls Valley because of all the scary things that were there. It seemed like they fought Bill, and because of the writings on the wall, they also wrote down the way they summoned and defeated him. Now, we get to the year 1842. Quentin Tremblay. This man was the most embarrassing American president. He used to say weird things like attacking pancakes, but he was fired. After that, he went and made Gravity Falls, but because he was dumb, another man called Nathaniel Northwest was considered the founder of Gravity Falls after the disappearance of Quentin, who was actually preserved in peanut brittle so that he could wake up in the future. 150 years ago, the Northwests asked the Lumberjacks to build a castle on top of the hill, and they promised to invite the villagers to their balls every year. But after years of construction work, and after they invited the villagers, they kicked them out and broke their promise. And because the Lumberjacks used all the trees, a flood took over them and killed them while the rich were partying inside. Since that day, the castle became haunted and the Lumberjacks became zombies that we will see later on. The curse won't break until the Northwests keep their promise. Now let's talk about the Pines twins, the protagonists of the show. In the 90s, in New Jersey, lived a family whose father was strict and the mother worked as a psychic. They had 3 kids, Ford, Stanley, and Shermie, who was the twins' grandfather, who had a daughter and an unknown daughter, and married an unknown man, who had Mabel and Dipper. Ford and Stanley were really close brothers until the age of 12, when they found a crashed ship and repaired it to travel around the world. The 2 kids were bullied because Ford had 6 fingers, so Stan learned boxing to protect his brother and himself. He was good at it, and even protected a girl that later became his girlfriend. The brothers were a team who protected one another and cheated on exams. Well, until one day when Ford got a scholarship, but Stanley didn't because he studied hard, unlike Stanley. Stanley was dreaming about touring the world on his ship, but his brother preferred his studies. So he destroyed his brother's science project accidentally because he felt betrayed. This made it so Ford wasn't accepted into college. Their father discovered what happened and kicked him out of the house, and he ran away. In this scene, a baby showed up who seemed to be Mabel and Dipper's grandfather and the little brother of Stan and Ford. But the age difference between him and Ford and Stan made him look more like a grandson and not the father.
Family, Poindexter. Shermie's grandkids. I have a niece and nephew?
He was supposed to be the dad, so it makes more sense. Or maybe they had an older brother. There were pictures of him on the walls with an older girl. She could be the twins' grandmother because she was old at the time that they were young. But, however, this is just a theory. For now, let's get back to the brothers. Okay, Stan was away looking for treasures on the beach, but he couldn't find any, so he founded the Stanco Company. However, that failed too. He ended up changing his identity many times, became a thief, and even did some time, but he still scammed people. He even got married, but also got a divorce.
I'm no expert on women. Truth is, I've been divorced once and slapped 4 times than I can remember.
Ford, on the other hand, went to college, got many scholarships, and devoted his time to anomalous phenomena. While searching, he realized that Gravity Falls was the most anomalous place, so he ended up moving there. Stan was still poor, living in his car and trying to contact his brother, but
Just pieces. Let's go. What's all about? jab choi na pa aju ko te dar na bit na wei to zai dar di dari chem ni ba chen sem chun da khawa dai sam tapi ba sa